Think about this for a moment. Almost everyone you meet believes they are a good person. Most people believe they are fair. They believe they are reasonable. They believe they try their best. And when something goes wrong, they usually feel they had a good reason. Yet the world is full of conflict. Friends stop speaking to each other. Families break apart. Neighbors become enemies. Nations go to war. So here is a strange question. If most people believe they are good, why do we treat each other so badly? How can a world full of people who believe they are decent still produce so much anger, judgment, and hate? The answer may be simpler than we think. The problem with humanity is not only selfishness or greed. The deeper problem is this. We see ourselves as fully human, but we often see others as something less. We see our own pain, but we ignore the pain of others. We understand our own story, but we reduce other people to a single moment. And this small habit shapes the way we see the world. It shapes our relationships. It shapes our conflicts. And sometimes it shapes the way we treat people. Today we are going to explore a powerful idea. An idea that may change the way you see people forever. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And that idea is this. Every person you meet is living a life just as complex as yours. But most of the time, we forget. Each of us lives inside a story. In your story, you are the main character. You remember your struggles. You remember your fears. You remember the nights when you were worried, tired, or confused. You know the reasons behind your actions. If you speak harshly to someone, you may think, "I was stressed." If you forget something important, you might say, "I had a lot on my mind." If you make a mistake, you may explain, "I didn't mean for that to happen." In other words, when you think about yourself, you see the whole picture. You see your intentions. You see your struggles. You see your effort. This is natural. You live inside your own mind, so you understand your own story. But here is the problem. When we look at other people, we do not see their full story. We see only what they did, not why they did it. We see the action, but not the struggle behind it. We see the mistake, but not the pressure they were under. And slowly, without even noticing, we begin to judge them. Imagine two situations. In the first situation, you arrive late to a meeting. You might think, "The traffic was terrible. I had too many things to do. I tried my best to get here." Now imagine someone else arrives late. Many people quickly think, "They are careless. They don't respect people's time. They are irresponsible." Do you notice the difference? When we make a mistake, we explain it. When others make a mistake, we label them. This is a habit that almost every human being has. We give ourselves understanding, but we give others judgment. And this small difference may seem harmless, but over time, it grows into something bigger. It changes how we see people. It changes how we treat them. When we stop seeing people as complex human beings, we start using labels. Someone lies once, and we call them a liar. Someone makes a bad decision, and we call them foolish. Someone hurts us, and we call them cruel. But human beings are more complicated than that. A person is never just one moment. They are a lifetime of experiences. They are shaped by childhood, family, struggles, fears, hopes, and mistakes. Yet we often forget this. Instead of seeing a full human being, we see a simple word. Selfish, rude, difficult, lazy. Once we give someone a label, something dangerous happens. Our mind stops trying to understand them. Because labels are simple. Understanding people is hard. Look around you the next time you are in a busy place. Maybe a market. Maybe a street. Maybe a crowded bus. You will see many people. Most of them are strangers. Your mind may treat them as background characters. But each of them is living a life as deep and complicated as yours. The woman walking past you may be thinking about her sick parent. The man sitting quietly may be worried about losing his job. The student on the phone may be afraid of failing an exam. The quiet person in the corner may be carrying pain that no one sees. Every person has dreams. Every person has fears. Every person has a private world inside their mind. But because we cannot see this world, we forget it exists. And when we forget that others are fully human, it becomes easier to judge them. Many conflicts begin in a simple way. Two people experience the same event, but they see it through two different stories. Imagine a boss who pushes employees to work harder. The boss may believe he is being responsible. He may think he is protecting the company. He may feel pressure from above. But the employees may see something different. They may see someone who is demanding, someone who does not care about their stress, someone who is unfair. Both sides believe they are right. Both sides believe they are reasonable. But neither side fully sees the other's story. And when that happens, misunderstanding grows. Soon, people stop trying to understand each other. Instead, they start defending themselves. And conflict grows stronger. Pain changes how we see people. When someone hurts us, our mind becomes narrow. We focus on what they did. We replay the moment again and again. Our anger grows. Our hurt grows. And slowly we stop seeing them as a full human being. We see only the pain they caused. But here is a difficult truth. Sometimes people hurt others not because they are evil, but because they are hurting themselves. A stressed parent may shout at a child. A tired worker may snap at a colleague. A person who feels insecure may act proud or harsh. This does not mean the hurt is acceptable. Pain is still real, but it reminds us of something important. People are complicated. Their behavior often comes from struggles we cannot see. At some point in life, many people experience a surprising realization. They discover that someone sees them as the villain. Maybe a friend thinks you betrayed them. Maybe a colleague believes you treated them unfairly. Maybe someone believes you did not care about their feelings. And you might feel confused. You might think, that was not my intention. I never meant to hurt them. I was only trying to do the right thing. Suddenly you see something clearly. To them, your actions look different. They saw your behavior, but they did not see your full story. In that moment, something becomes clear. Just as others misunderstand us, we may misunderstand them. Most people believe they are fairer, more thoughtful, and more understanding than others. This belief feels comfortable. It protects our self-image. But it can also blind us. When we believe we are always right, we stop asking questions. We stop wondering if we misunderstood someone. We stop considering another point of view. And without noticing, we begin to see others as less thoughtful, less reasonable, or less moral than ourselves. But the truth is simple. Every person believes they are doing what makes sense. Even when people make mistakes, they often feel justified. Understanding this does not mean we must agree with everyone. But it reminds us of something important. People rarely see themselves as villains. They see themselves as people trying to survive, succeed, or protect what matters to them. Learning to see the human in everyone is not easy. It requires effort. It requires patience. And sometimes it requires letting go of our pride. It means asking questions before making judgments. It means listening to understand, not just to reply. It means remembering that behavior is only the surface. Underneath every action is a story, a reason, a fear, a hope, a struggle. When we take time to see that deeper layer, something changes. People stop looking like simple enemies. They begin to look like complicated human beings. And complicated people are harder to hate. When you begin to see people this way, your world changes. You become slower to judge. You become more curious. You begin to ask, what might they be going through? What might I not understand yet? The shift does not make life perfect. People will still make mistakes. Conflicts will still happen. But your reactions change. Instead of responding with instant anger, you pause. Instead of assuming the worst, you consider other possibilities. And this small change can transform relationships. It can soften arguments, can open doors to understanding. Empathy is often misunderstood. Some people think it means agreeing with everyone. It does not. Empathy simply means recognizing the humanity of others. It means understanding that people have reasons for what they do, even if we disagree with them, even if their actions hurt us. Empathy does not erase responsibility, but it brings clarity. It helps us respond wisely instead of reacting blindly. And in a world where people are quick to judge, empathy becomes a quiet strength. Let us return to the question we asked at the beginning. If most people believe they are good, why does the world contain so much conflict? Perhaps the answer is not that people are always cruel. Perhaps the deeper problem is that we forget something important. We forget that other people are as human as we are. We forget that they have stories we cannot see. We forget that they carry struggles we may never understand. And when we forget this, we begin to see people as simple characters, enemies, problems, obstacles. But they are not. They are human beings. Just like you. Just like me. Each one carrying a life full of hopes, fears, and silent battles. The moment we truly remember this, something changes. Judgment becomes curiosity. Anger becomes reflection. And the distance between people begins to shrink. Because the real problem with humanity may not be that we lack intelligence or strength. The real problem may simply be this. We forget that everyone around us is just as human as we are. And perhaps one of the most powerful things a person can do in this world is to remember that everyone around us is just as human as we are. So, my dear lovely soul, go from here with this. I am just as human as you are. Be determined to become more considerate than ever. Don't leave without dropping a comment that would brighten someone's day. Like the video, share it, and remember to hit that subscribe button. Much love. Stay positive. You are deeply cherished.